Live from Wichita, Kansas, it's Unsupervised with Trenton Reese.
Welcome back to Unsupervised. I'm your host, Trenton Reese. Today we're going to skip the small talk because, honestly, I just don't have it in me. The title of today's episode is My Quater-Life Crisis. Lately, I've been looking at my life through a critical, unforgiving lens, and the reality I am staring down is that I am going nowhere at supersonic speed. I'm only 25 years old, but I feel old as fuck. The mental weight that I'm carrying, it just makes me feel like I've already lived 3 completely different lifetimes. I got married to my wife back in December of 2018. When I was just 18 years old. I was fresh out of this program in high school that let me finish early. I guess you could say we jumped headfirst into the deep end of adulthood. Now we've got 5 kids, 3 girls and 2 boys. That's 5 mouths to feed, 5 completely distinct futures relying on me to point them in the right direction. And when I'm out in the driveway, busting my knuckles on my 2011 Grand Caravan, swapping out the power steering pump or fighting with the tensioner just to keep us on the road, it gives me a lot of time to think. And lately, the thoughts haven't been pretty. But here's the bitter pill that I have to swallow on the mic today. My current situation is completely 100% my own fault. For a long time, I didn't want to admit that because it's so much easier to point the finger at somebody. But today, we're stripping away every excuse. Let's go ahead and talk about the last 6 years because, frankly, I've squandered them. I took 6 years of my prime, my early 20s, and I flushed them down the drain. I grew completely complacent when the world flipped upside down a few years ago and not working suddenly became the norm. I got comfortable living off of unemployment and food stamps. I sat around like a lot of people did, just holding my breath and hoping for another stimulus check to drop into my bank account. And I got used to the safety net, and it turned into a hammock. And the thing is, that lifestyle, it's very seductive. You start saying, well, the economy is bad or everyone else is doing it. And so instead of hustling, instead of finding a way to provide, I was sitting on my ass playing video games. I expected the system to carry me. I expected everyone else to fix my fuck-ups. And you know what? The easiest thing in the world to do is blame the government. Blame the system. But let's set the record straight. I can't blame the Trump and Biden administrations for my situation. Yeah, they signed the checks. They authorized the payouts. But I'm the one that cashed the checks. I'm the one who chose to sit on the couch instead of going out and earning a living. They didn't force me to be complacent. I volunteered. When you live like that for 6 years, it changes you. The complacency settles into your mind. It settles into the foundation of your life. I built a proverbial house. I built a life, and I'm living it right now. I let the rot settle in, and it's exactly like finding black mold in your walls, you know. When you find mold, you can't just cut out a little square of drywall. You can't slap some fresh paint over it and call it good. That doesn't fix a damn thing. The rot is still there, eating away at the studs, poisoning the air that you breathe. And from an experience standpoint, I know exactly how that works. From my time working on the floor at Cobalt Boats in Neodesha, Kansas. When you're a lamination tech, like I was, working with fiberglass and resin, you know if your catalyst mixture is wrong, or if you don't take the time to roll out every single air bubble, the hole is structurally compromised. You can't just spray gel coat over a massive air pocket and pretend that the boat is seaworthy. You because it'll crack. You have to grind it all the way down to the core and lay some fresh fiberglass in a situation like that. And the thing is, my life is that compromised hole right now. If you want to survive, you have to tear out the heart of the house that I mentioned earlier. You have to take a sledgehammer to the walls and expose the rot and rip it out by the roots. And I'm standing in that house that I built. And it's very tempting just to light the match. And don't get it twisted. Lighting the match doesn't mean I'm destroying my family or walking away from my responsibilities. It means I'm destroying the weak, complacent version of myself that built the rotten foundation to begin with. So I guess, yeah, you could say I'm lighting the match to that. You have to fix what's broken and build something better from the ashes. So, what does the rebuild look like? It looks like taking the wheel back. It starts with the grind. I have a hard timeline to get back on the floor at Cobalt Boats next May after I'm eligible for rehire again. I'm done waiting for a handout. I'm ready to get that chop gun back in my hand. I'm ready to get fiberglass all over myself because I enjoyed it. I'm ready to get back to earning my keep with my own two hands. I'm stepping up to lead my family of 7 the way I should have been doing this whole fucking time. Starting over at 25 is it's like climbing Mount Everest, you know. Your brain is fried by the end, or by this point anyway. The mental fatigue is heavy, and just breaking the cycle of complacency is a steep learning curve. But it's the only way out. Look, if you're listening to this and you're stuck in that same rut, you're sitting around waiting for a politician, a boss, or a family member to bail you out, wake up. No one is coming to save you. If your house is rotting, stop painting over the drywall. Grab a sledgehammer, light the match, and tear it down. Just build something you can actually be proud of. It's going to be hard, and you're going to feel mentally beaten down, but do it anyway, because the alternative is spending the rest of your life as a spectator in your own damn house. And the thing is, no matter what you think of me, you might think I'm a piece of shit after hearing this because I fucked up. The thing is, you're right. I let the complacency just strip me of my morals. I let it strip me of the man that I once was. I let it strip me of everything that I believed in. Yeah, I still believe those things, but when I talk about them, I immediately feel like a hypocrite because I know I'm not doing what I preach. I'm not practicing what I preach, you know? And so, I guess the premise of today's episode is, if you're like me and you grew complacent too, like I said, grab the sledgehammer, grab the match, burn out the rot, and build something better off of the rot that you let settle in, like what I'm about to do. This has been unsupervised, and I've got work to do. I'll catch you on the next one.